Hey guys! So many years ago, someone told me that there are 3 types of fun. The first type of fun is when you're having fun in the moment, and afterwards you look back and think, man, that was fun. The second type of fun is where you don't necessarily have fun in the moment, or at least it's not a conscious thought, but afterwards you look back on it and think, you know what? That was fun. You end up having positive associations with that event. The third type of fun is when you don't have fun. And afterwards, you hold on to those feelings of how unfun that event was. This could also be called regret. So anyway, totally unrelated, I decided to do 100,000 steps in one day. Yes, I chose to walk from Uppsala all the way to Stockholm, Sweden. That is a total of 71.8 kilometers or 44.6 miles. Again, instead of just taking a 1-hour train ride, I chose to walk, which Google apparently thinks that you can do in about 16 hours, as long as you don't get lost or take any breaks. So, what do you think? Was I able to complete the challenge? Am I crazy for doing this challenge? And most importantly, what type of fun was this challenge? In order to walk 100,000 steps before midnight, it was important to start as early as possible. I didn't expect to see so many people out at 5 in the morning, but I guess their Friday night was still going on while my Saturday was just starting. I watched the sunrise as the train passed by many places I would see again later that day. Luckily, I wouldn't be doing this journey alone, since my friend Fadel would be joining me. Fadel showed up about 30 minutes after I did. We stocked up on some food and coffee, and we were off. All right, here we go.
Let's go.
So it turns out neither of us got much sleep. We're both, we didn't even realize this. I only got 2 hours of sleep.
2 hours.
2 hours of sleep. I think it's the nerves from the fact that we had this planned. I don't know.
You're going to be walking for 16 hours.
Mm-hmm. I hope it's 16. Last time when we did 50K, that took way longer than it should have.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we're still in Uppsala. We just started, and we're in a good mood so far.
Let's see how it goes.
We'll check in as it goes. As you heard, we actually walked 50,000 steps about 9 months earlier. We originally wanted to do the 100,000 steps then, until I did some math and realized that 100,000 steps is insane. So I decided that 50,000 steps would be a good place to start. During that walk, we had walked all around Stockholm, which was both good and bad. The good part is that there was so much to see, but the flip side is that we got sidetracked often. We unintentionally joined the start of a 5K, and we even saw the new Volvo on display in Kungsträdgården. All of this meant that what should have taken only 8 hours ended up taking 10 hours. And you guys, the pain. I was in so much pain. I knew that my boots did not have the support I needed, and after only 20,000 steps, every step felt like I was walking on needles. It was awful. We did it. We did it. Woohoo! Needless to say, I am very glad I did not attempt 100,000 steps on that day. And overall, I would say that 50,000 steps were both the first and second types of fun. I can tell I still have fresh energy because I'm filming everything. We're not going to see any footage of the rest.
The first 2 hours and the rest are going to be...
I know. That is what this video is going to be. As we left Uppsala, we quickly reached some farmland. Oh my gosh, look at the snail.
Actually quite cute colors, not gonna lie.
That one's kind of gross.
It's not a snail, I mean.
Oh my gosh, we got a mega snail. I don't know how to show how big this is. It's like the size of my finger.
Put the off.
I kind of hate it, but it's... We don't have snails in the States. Okay, I know someone is going to correct me and say that there are snails in the States, but I've honestly never seen one. Also, one thing that I love about Sweden is all of the apple trees that are just out in the open.
What?
All right, yeah. Oh. All right, we've officially passed the 1 hour mark and I'm at almost 9,000 steps, but I did have a couple thousand as I arrived into Uppsala. So does that count? I don't know. Either way, the main goal is just to get to Stockholm. Hopefully we'll be over 100,000 steps at that point. But so far everything's going well. Weather's been great, high energy.
15 more hours.
15 more hours.
Yeah.
Woo. As we approached the first few towns south of Uppsala, we crossed our first big road.
Looking forward to getting lost.
I'm not. We're finding so much fruit, you guys. We're not
Find it.
find it. I mean,
It's
you
on
know,
the street. It should be fine.
they're on the street.
Yeah.
And there's so many, like they're not gonna eat these, all of them. Anyway, fruit update. Things were going pretty smoothly. You guys, I think we made a wrong turn. At least for the next 45 minutes or so, as we left Bergsbrunna. All right, so we've run into our first obstacle of the day. Basically, we took a path that we thought would be a bit faster, but sure enough, it led into like private property, or there's no connecting path to the other side. So we're trying to figure out how to get by this without having to go all the way back to where the road meets up again. Our options are to walk near the train tracks, which is not ideal, or to go into farmland, which is also not ideal, or we just go back. But I don't. Okay. Yeah, I thought there'd be more of like an area along the tracks, but it really just drops off right away. I mean, the farmland I think could be fine. I don't know how tall that grass is. Let's see what we're working with here. It's like, oh, gross! Oh my gosh, that's so gross. Oh, 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 I do not want to look at this footage later. Oh, that's awful.
It's pretty cool.
No. All right, we're doing the boring legal thing and we're just going backwards. So getting more steps in, you guys.
12 seconds later.
Oh my gosh. Well, this was unexpected. Goodbye, friend. Dude, what? I'm telling you, Swedes are the nicest people ever.
I wasn't expecting him to be
I
mad.
actually-
He looked like a rough guy.
That was the guy that told us we can't cross through the property.
Yeah.
But because there actually wasn't a path.
Yeah. But then he came back and I was like,
I
"You jump
suddenly
on my truck."
he came back and was like, get in. And then, hey, that does not,
No.
or like that does not affect our, our journey at all. We will definitely still have a lot of walking to do.
And he only drove us for like 3 minutes.
Yeah, well, 3 minutes for him,
Yeah.
probably like half an hour for us. So, yeah, okay, that was amazing. And we've just passed the 2 hour mark, and I'm currently at 14,000 steps.
At 17.
He's a little bit more than me, but that's all right. So, okay. With everything back on track, we trekked on towards the town of Knivsta. Oh my gosh, horses! Cute! Okay, this is the 2 hours and 45 minutes update. Closing in on 20,000 steps. And it's the first time that I'm starting to feel a little pain. And we're taking a little break right now, bandaging up our toes. So anyway, yeah, we both took some Band-Aids, wrapping the pinky toes. Oh, I had to wrap a pinky toe. What did you wrap?
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Or no, I like the big one.
Big toe. So we're doing some toe repair right now. And I think we're less than an hour away from Knivsta? Wait, Knivsta. Yeah, energy is going well. I'd say it's going better than the 50K so far in terms of pain. So, yeah. For the next 45 minutes, we followed a relatively straight road until we reached the Coop in Vrå, north of Knivsta. All right, made it to our first pit stop of the day. 3.5 hours in. After we told some workers that we were walking all the way to Stockholm, they actually let us use the staff bathrooms, and we were very grateful. We grabbed some snacks for the road, and then we were off. So, he's trying to put Wedex in his shoes.
Actually works.
Imagine putting all the Shoals people out of business.
Yeah, that's how you do it, folks. Yeah.
Actually, I'm interested to see how that goes. If anything, it'll at least like absorb all the moisture.
Sure. Like actually, like this is how you do it, folks. Don't pay too much money.
Okay, we'll see how this goes.
I'll keep you guys updated.
The Wedex. This is the weirdest street, you guys. Everybody lives on this street.
The whole town.
This is the one. Everyone is neighbors. Look at, oh my gosh. It looks even crazier on camera. Even the Coop. Look at how many people live in Coop. You guys, I'm not kidding. This entire town lives on this street. Huh. All right, so we're officially at 4 hours in. They're excited. 4 hours in, 25,000 steps. If we can keep this pace up, we'll be done with, by what time? By 10 or 11 p.m. And that's with like 0 breaks. So we'll see how it goes.
It's gonna be really tight. It's gonna be really, really tight.
It'll definitely be dark by the time we get there. We made it to Knivsta, you guys, and we're just around 30,000 steps. So we are headed to a bakery. We're gonna grab some coffee, maybe a treat, and then keep walking. And I will say, things are starting to hurt. From my hips down, it's hurting. Even though we had been walking for nearly 5 hours at this point, it wasn't even 12 o'clock yet. But if we wanted to get to Stockholm before it got dark, we still needed to pick up the pace. Oh my gosh, let us in. We need it. So after a quick fika, we hit the road again. Oh, you guys, I'm feeling it. We are at 32,000 steps. And everything hurts. Also, we no longer have a sidewalk, so we're hoping a sidewalk reappears before we get to Björksta. Yeah, that's the update. Everything hurts. I'm hoping, we've hit a low patch in terms of like energy, so hopefully we can get back up. We didn't have a sidewalk for almost 2 hours as we walked along Forsbyvägen. It's starting to rain. It's been like pretending to rain for 30 minutes, but now it's actually starting to rain. Anyway, we walked right by Björksta. Didn't even know we went through it. So, smallest town so far. You guys, I am still so confused about Björksta. I googled the name, but the only result was Björksta kyrka, located near Västerås. So does the town of Björksta exist? And if so, what's there? And where is it? Big milestone coming up, which I don't think you can see yet, but we're coming up to the Stockholm County. Yeah. So what does this bottom sign even mean, though?
No idea.
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
There we go. It's on the back side of this one.
Yeah. Oh, we left Knivsta.
Bye. Crossing into the next county felt like such a huge accomplishment, and it's exactly what we needed to keep our spirits up. Almost 6.5 hours, closing in on 40,000. How's it going? Yeah, not even halfway yet. Athletics. You guys, it's a sidewalk. How long have we been walking without one? Maybe 2 hours. Yeah. Odensala, our next town. Alright, so just kidding, guys. That was the end of the sidewalk. It crosses the road to nothing. Can anyone from Odensala explain this sidewalk to me? I thought I might get some more answers on Google Street View, but the only thing I learned was that they recently repainted the lines. Thankfully, it only took a few minutes to find a new sidewalk. Fingers crossed, you guys, that this sidewalk lasts longer than 100 meters. And this time, this sidewalk would lead us all the way to Märsta for the next hour of walking. After 7.5 hours, we were closing in on the halfway point. All we had left was another 5,000 steps until we reached Max Burgers in Märsta. Dude, there's so many ducks. Jeez. Oh my goodness, they're all getting out to go join. Look at them. They're all getting out. Sit. Oh my goodness. And just like these ducks, I was buzzing with excitement to finally be eating some food in Märsta. Just kidding, guys. I was miserable. I'm not gonna lie, I'm struggling. I'm really struggling. The food helped, but I'm in a lot of pain. I will say, yeah, I am feeling a little better after the food, but dude, I don't know. It's a bit discouraging to know we're only halfway. So yeah. Do you want to add anything?
You got it. You got it. Come on.
All right, we got it.
We'll be good.
Okay. Dude, what is this? You guys, this is also the size of my finger. Ew. Oh my gosh, it's so gross. What? Ugh. After this point, I did manage to get a second wind of energy. Is this the final boss, you guys? At this point, Fadel and I were both locked into our headphones. Listening to music really helped distract me from the increasing pain. We walked by some scenic fields, and I was extra happy to be on a sidewalk. All right, is this the halfway point?
Let's go. A bit more than halfway. But
Yeah, it's a little bit, you know. Yay!
Oh, this feels good.
Yeah, this is good. Back on track. And we're just coming up to Rosersberg.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
Rosersberg.
Yeah. It's so windy, but I'm gonna try and say it anyway. My workout session on my watch, it cut me off at 10 hours. Said I'm done. So anyway, so I've started a second session, but who knew that was a setting on the watch? But yeah, that means we've been officially going now for 10 hours. Woo! So, 10 hours in, we had walked over 46 kilometers or 28.5 miles. I also want to point out that the bottom part here shows our pacing, and this big spike is from when we got lost and were on the truck. Our scenic walk of farmland had officially changed into highways and traffic. We passed by some familiar places. Oh my gosh, there it is. I didn't actually think I'd be walking by it on the way. All right, cool. Seeing the PostNord building was the validation I needed to know that we were still on track. We continued along Stockholm's Vägen for another 6,000 steps. The highway left us, and things literally quieted down, which was very much appreciated. We entered Upplands Väsby for another break, and I was feeling incredible. Actually, things weren't going so well, and surprisingly, sitting down at McDonald's only made things worse. Resting for too long caused my legs to cramp up, and it severely slowed down our walking pace once we continued towards Stockholm. While I did enjoy passing the biggest billboard I've ever seen, I had officially reached the point where it was no longer just a physical challenge, but it was also a mental challenge to keep pushing myself. Things did improve for about 3,000 steps, but it was short-lived. Also, the audio coming up is incredibly windy, but just think of it as adding to the overall sense of misery I was feeling. You guys, I really don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna make it. I haven't been filming much because it's really loud, and also like at this point I'm just trying to kind of stay distracted. Dude, I can't explain the pain. Essentially, I'm running on about 3 to 4 hours of sleep, and it's really hitting me, and I'm only at 75,000 steps. I guess I figured like I really needed to document this part because it's so painful. I think I'm also just struggling with the fact that if I do decide to, you know, call it quits, I hate saying quit, but I guess if I do decide that like I've gone far enough, then I just feel like, what did I do for the last 14 hours? So it's almost like, do I push through 3 to 4 more hours so that I can say I did it? Or if I'm not gonna make it anyway, do I just end it now? I'm in so much pain. Every step had become a full body pain. The sun was setting, and we were only 3/4 of the way there. We were doing anything we could to minimize the pain. I sadly ate a banana. It didn't help. Fadel and I would walk in the grass because it was slightly less painful. Another hour had gone by as we passed 80,000 steps. At this point, the pain had just become too intense. I could no longer ignore it, and with each step, I debated if I could continue. It was officially dark out, and our only source of light were the street lamps along the way. I had reached my breaking point. You still have energy?
Yeah, because of that.
He's gonna keep going. I'm about to have a breakdown. I can't do it.
You did great.
Yeah, I made it past 80,000, or 80,000. Yeah, holy shit, it was 80,000.
Yeah, 88.
Yeah, you're higher than I am, but anyway, I'll discuss more when I get home. And just like that, I was on my way home. I had made it all the way to Sollentuna after walking 82,000 steps. I'll be honest, I was disappointed, and I refused to let that be the end of my journey. But I also knew that I should be proud of what I was able to achieve. Okay, so I just got home. I can't explain the pain. Yeah, and right now I just don't think I can process what I've done. You know, I am proud of the fact that I did make it past 80,000 steps, and I was at a breaking point around 62. So I did manage to push myself for almost 3.5 more hours. But when I saw that there was still 3.5 hours to go, I couldn't do it anymore. Like physically, I couldn't do it. I could barely move every step. It was just like a full body ache. And my legs are just cramping. Like I couldn't straighten my legs anymore. So I kind of had to walk with a bend. And it was awful. Don't get me wrong, there's so many amazing parts of today's trip. I really thought I was gonna make it to 100,000 or even just like back to Stockholm, but I knew it would be incredibly hard, but I thought I could do it. So that's why it's harder than I thought, because I thought I could push through the pain, and I did for many hours. Because like at 50,000 steps, we took a nice long break at Max Burger, and I felt like a new person. I really felt like, yeah, I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's get to 100. And for some reason, it was like everything was great, and then right around 62,000 steps, it was like everything's not great. And I wasn't able to like, I tried to go to McDonald's to try and have another revival, and I just couldn't recover. So Fadal is out right now, and he's still walking. So he's not going to get done for at least a couple more hours. But yeah, stay tuned. This isn't over yet. But for tonight it is. So good night. because I've already done about over 3,000 steps. Yeah, just enjoying the weather, enjoying the walk, and so far nothing hurts, so it's all good news right now. Hagaparken. You can tell I'm going up. I am going up like a super steep hill. Only an hour left. Wish me luck, guys. So, there you have it. I actually walked from Stockholm to Uppsala, except it did take 2 days instead of 1. But not Fidel. Fidel actually did finish the 100,000 steps after I went home, which is just incredible. But the question on everyone's mind is, did I have fun? You know, after I did the 80,000 steps, the aftermath was a bit brutal. I literally couldn't walk for 2 or 3 days afterwards, and my feet had some gnarly blisters. Definitely won't be showing any photos of those. And even though it was truly exhausting and difficult and painful, I would do it again. Now, if you had asked me right after it happened, I would have said absolutely not. But, you know, after I had physically recovered and some time had passed, I can honestly say that this was a fun experience. I got to spend the entire day walking through the Swedish countryside, and I got to go through so many small towns and non-towns. I spent hours and hours talking with a really good friend, and I got to challenge myself in ways I never had before. And since I only did 80,000 steps, I still have this like burning temptation to try it again and prove to myself that I can do it, but not anytime soon. But I really would do it again. So yeah, I don't regret it, which means that I would classify this walk as the second type of fun. This is the longest video I've ever made, so if you enjoyed it, please give it a like. And if you want to see what other crazy endeavors I have coming up, then hit that subscribe button as well. No, really, I actually have some big, crazy projects coming up, so stay tuned for that. Thank you so much for watching, and again, if you could like, comment, and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Hej då! Oh, there's way too many people. I don't want to vlog.